Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition on Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its Community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our Community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Athletes Tribune. And tonight, it will be another valuable action or valuable edition for all of our sports aficionados out there. This is your host, Ian Suyu, and together with me are my co-hosts, Ms. Bea Micalier and Mr. David Kubangbang. And to introduce our guest, his name already speaks for all of his accomplishments. One of the sharpest minds of Philippine volleyball, no less than Coach O, the head coach of Ateneo Women's Volleyball Team, Coach Oliver Almadro. Good evening, Coach!
Hi, good evening. Good evening sa inyo.
Good evening, Coach. Kamusta? Kakatapos lang ng online classes?
Yes, nag-start na yung mga online classes ng mga anak ko. Kaya nakikipag-agawan tayo sa bandwidth, nakikipag-agawan tayo sa internet connection. Naman tatlo yun eh.
Oo nga po eh. Anyway, Coach, first thing, kamusta natin ngayon? Ang team natin ngayon, how's Ateneo doing right now?
Oh well, the Ateneo Women's Volleyball Team right now, kakatapos lang nung intersession nila, in Ateneo. So basically, they started their online classes na before mag-July, they have this intersession. Yun parang summer classes, intersession. And it is depende sa nila sa mga loads nila kung kailangan nila mag-intersession or not. And mostly all of them are required to undergo ng intersession. And pinag-focus ko muna sila doon para masanay sila sa sa online classes nila pagdating ng first sem.
Anyway, yung training in terms of training naman, sir, non-stop pa rin ba yung training ng team?
Well, actually, we have an asynchronous training. Kumbaga, we give them programs and then they do it in their own time, in their own space, in their own time. I meet them before we meet regularly, but this past 2 weeks kasi nga finals nila and then mga activity, I let them, sabi ko sa kanila, tapusin muna nila. After 2 weeks, we will meet again. And we're having mga meetups namin, sharing and meetings, not necessarily the technicalities of volleyball, but there's a lot of things to talk about, especially now in this crisis, in this pandemic. Mas maraming dapat pag-usapan rather than the technicalities as of now.
Yes, opo. So talagang active pa rin ang team.
Yeah, active. And then I encourage them to be active socially. It means do whatever that can help, in their situation right now. I let them do it, and I let them do things na bago sa kanila, like mga nagluluto sila or something, nagtututor, or doing si Danny nag-ano rin, may YouTube channel din siya, mga something like that. I let them do that first.
Well, that's great na talagang na-maximize pa rin nila, no, kahit nasa lockdown pa rin tayo.
Yes, kasi we have to be productive even this time, hindi lang one-sided. In Ateneo kasi kura personalis ang importante.
That's true. Anyway, Coach, you've been very known to be a figure pagdating sa Ateneo Volleyball. Pero can you walk us through paano nag-start yung volleyball coaching career mo?
Volleyball coaching career. Well, most of my players or those players that I handled, alam nila na hindi naman ako superstar volleyball player when during my time. I was lang ako, bench warmer, or sometimes nag-aabot lang ng tubig at tuwalya ng mga teammates ko. But I guess nakita na sa akin ng mga coach ko noon is a leadership with my team. During that time when I was a player, I used to lead the team kahit hindi ako nagagamit or hindi ako nalaline na paminsan-minsan. And doon nagsimula siguro yung passion sa coaching. I see Coach Nes Pamilar and Coach Ramil De Jesus are my coach during my college years. And they really helped me a lot to get this leadership na meron ako. And then, along the way, na-meet ko si Coach Ronald Dulay he just passed away, so rest in peace, Coach Ronald. Met Coach Ronald and he guided me sa mga maraming tumulong sa akin. And then I started my coaching when I was assigned. Merong time I'm still a player in Letran, na hindi ako naka-line up noon, but when we go to National Intercollegiate in Dumaguete, Coach Ramil, because Coach Nes is handling the FEU, Coach Ramil is handling Letran, he asked me na, ikaw maging assistant coach ko during that time. So doon nagsimula. And then, when he was tapped to be the head coach of LaSalle, dahil nga nagsama kami dun sa Letran, nung isang tournament yon, ako yung assistant coach niya, sinama niya ako sa LaSalle. And dun nagsimula yung coaching ko sa UAP. But beyond that, dahil habang nagko-coach ako sa UAP, meron na rin ako mga stints as a coach sa mga schools like Collegiate de Santa Rosa, yung mga ganyan, mga exclusive school. Meron na rin ako sariling team. Yung isang Chinese school sa Philippine Cultural High School, naging coach din ako doon during my stint as a assistant coach in LaSalle. And then siguro after ilang years, I was tapped to be the head coach of St. Jude College. Dito sa may sa may Dangwa, sa may mga nursing school yan. And while being assistant coach with Coach Ramil, then dun sa St. Jude College, dun ko na nakita yung sarili ko. It's because nag-champion yung team, I have my own team, and then slowly, I'm picking up yung mga styles, techniques in coaching. Nag-undergo ko ng coaching courses. And then Coach Ramil guided me, Coach Nes also. And then, yun na nga, after 10 years ko as assistant coach in LaSalle, I was tapped sa Ateneo to be the assistant coach of Coach Ronald Dulay way back then. And then nawala si Coach Ronald. Then yun na, naging head coach na ako ng men's team. After 2 years yata, I was tapped by again when SM bought NU. So, inask nila ako to help the program. I was the coach of NU for 3 years. Yun nga, yung NU, nag-champion sa beach volleyball, nag-champion sa mga tournament. It's their first UAP champion. Then I went back to Ateneo. Yun na, the rest is history. 5 years sa finals ng men's and then now sa women's. And in my coaching career also, during this time, in 2005, I was tapped as the head coach of the 2015 head coach of the national team for the men's. And it was our first time to join the SEA Games after 10 years. So nawalang din sumasali any tournament. And then yun nga, yung club team, yung Signal and Meralco. So yun yung aking mga coaching experiences.
Ang haba, no?
Sorry.
Anyway, Bea and David, I guess, may mga questions kayo?
Go, Bea. Bea?
Ako na.
Oo, ikaw na.
Yeah, coach, speaking ng no.
Yes.
Speaking sa coaching history niya, coach, sino yung greatest influence niya when it comes to coaching? Kasi ang daming nakasama eh.
Well, I'm really thankful for Coach Ness, Coach Shamil, Coach Ronald, Coach Kid, Coach Emil Lontok. Yan yung mga nilulook up to ko na coach during my time na I was playing. And then so kumbaga, if not with them, sa kanila, maybe hindi ko makukuha yung passion, hindi ko makikita yung passion, hindi ko makikita yung interest ko in volleyball. But I'm looking up to them as a coach, as a leader, as a father during that time. So doon ko na pick up yung leadership, doon ko na pick up yung mga techniques, and those coaches are very good in their individual, iba-iba yung style nila, iba-iba yung technique nila. So I just have to get something in each one of them. So I guess yun yung aking nilook up to sa kanila. But of course, we should not stop learning also on your own. You should have your own style. You should have your own techniques also in coaching, your own philosophy. But don't forget those people that really started your passion, really started you going.
Coach, when you transferred to Ateneo Women's Volleyball Team, yung mga mga sinundan mo, ang lalaking big names talaga sila, Coach Roger Gorayev and then Coach Tai. Was there any pressure on your part?
Well, basically it's really a pressure. Kumbaga parang big names na yun eh. Kumbaga na yun, veterano mga coaches na yun. They both coach the national team, women's, sa side ng women's, and ako, it's my first time to coach a women's team na sa akin, na ako yung head coach, especially in the UAP. Kasi I experienced coaching the women's in the UAP when I was with La Salpa, when I was assistant coach, and assistant coach of Coach Ronald Dulay when he's still the head coach of the women's team of Ateneo at the time of Charo Soriano yan, mga time nila Charo. And pressure yun eh. Kaya nga, that's why I'm hesitant in accepting the job of coaching the women's team during that times, because I know yung susundan natin is medyo meron na silang mga hats meron sa feather sa hats nila, and then parang yung accomplishment nila sobrang taas na, especially sa women's. And of course, alam naman natin yung women's volleyball during that time is nag-speaking siya talagang high profile. So ang hirap mag-coach ng isang high profile team during that time. So yun ang talaga nakaka-pressure. But of course, just have to accept the challenge and ask for advice from people that knows the pressure also.
Well, you handled the pressure very well naman, coach.
Sana.
Okay, DJ.
Okay, coach. Punta tayo dun sa pagiging assistant coach mo with Coach Ramil De Jesus. Ano po yung nakuha nyo kay Coach Ramil? Pati ano po yung difference naman of the culture of Lasal and coaching with Ateneo? Ano po yung difference nila?
Well, during that time kasi when I was with Coach Ramil, ang mahirap ka pa kasi noon during that time. Yung recruitment noon hindi pa ganoon ka free. Kumbaga, ilan lang yung mga during that time, ang malakas na team lang noon is Ang nagre-recruit ng todo nun is UST and FEU. And they are the household name pagdating sa volleyball during those times. And kami, Lasal, yung ibang mga teams, Ateneo nun, alam ko, nasa bottom pa sila. And yung Lasal, nasa middle Sometimes tumataas, sometimes bumababa. Well, when I was with Coach Shamil, ano nakuha ko kay Coach Shamil? Well, of course, yung hard work, talagang yung passion niya in coaching. Yun na nakita ko sa kanya, yung style niya na umulan bumagyo. May practice yan. Kumbaga, walang madaling practice, no dull moment sa practice, and yung hard work. Isa lang natatandaan ko, sinabi niya talaga, yung sipag at tiyaga talaga. It will bring you up. Huwag kang maghintay ng mga taong mag-aangat sa'yo, but you have to work hard on your own because soon makukuha mo yung gusto mo. So, yun ang mga tumatak sa akin na sabi ni Coach Shamil. And during those times, talagang mas matagal pa kami magkasamang dalawa kaysa family namin for 10 years yun. Kasi magkasama kami sa Lasal Zubel and magkasama kami sa Lasal Taft. So, mahaba talaga yung oras namin. During that time, volleyball, yung mga ka-age namin, volleyball people would know that ang tawag sa amin dati is Batman and Robin. Akala ng iba hindi na kayo maghihiwalay sa volleyball. But of course, Coach Shamil is very generous siya. He's always telling me, pag may opportunity, grab mo. Pag may kumuha sa'yo, grab mo. Actually, he's pushing me nga during that time to be the head coach of the men's team sa Lasal. Kasi nga sabi niya parang fit na ako to be head coach. Alam naman ipamigay niya ako sa ibang teams during that time. So, hinupush niya ako na, kasi during that time, nawala si Coach Ronald sa men's team yata ng Lasal. Naghahanap ng coach yung men's team. Sabi niya, doon ka na, i-recommend na kita. But during that time, parang takot pa ako himiwalay sa kanya during that time. So, I stick with him. Well, the difference naman, nung Lasal noon at saka Ateneo ngayon, but yun nga, sabi ko, yung time na noon, when I was with Lasal, it's really hard to recruit. Kasi nga, it's not about, noon, hindi offers, hindi scholarship ang pinaglalabanan During that time, ang pinipili mostly, yung mga taga-provinces, ang pinipili nila yung team na kilala, yung successful sa volleyball. Yung nagre-recruit. During those times, hindi pa aggressive yung recruitment na all of the UAP schools And entering Lasal during that time is really hard. Kumbaga, may entrance exam din, and I really have to justify each and every one na bakit mo kukuhanin yan. And i-justify mo yon sa athletics office kasi stricto rin sila during that time when it comes to recruitment. And siguro, during that time kasi in charge din ako sa recruitment nung time na Lasal, doon ako natuto how I recruit players, how I talk to players. Yun ang assignment ko kay Coach Ramil to talk, to recruit, and yun sa mga ako yung pinadadala niya to recruit. Yun ang difference. Siguro yun nadala ko ngayon sa career ko, yung pagre-recruit ng athletes. But of course, yung difference din during that time when I was with Lasal, walang social media, walang TV, it's all hard work. Kasi mababalita mo na lang kung sino yung champion. Hindi natitingnan ko yung eliminations, hindi natitingnan yung semifinals, babalitaan na lang sino nag-champion sa volleyball. Sa 3 games namin nagharap kami, hindi pa ako nanalo sa kanya. But last year, luckily, we made it to the championship. Wala namang pressure. But I feel nervous. I feel humbled. I mean, gustong-gusto ko manalo, but time naman nananalo sila, I really feel na it's okay. It's Coach Ramil, but I have to work hard to reach kung anong meron siya. Yung laurels niya, I have to reach that. So, meron pa rin ako inaay na something to look up to. Kasi hindi pa pwede, porket nag-champion ka na or porket nananalo ka na sa ibang teams, you made it na. No. Meron pa. Yung mentor mo, kailangan ma-surpass mo pa siya para ma-prove mo na you can make it. Talaga mahirap yung first time namin. It's not about, kapag tagal namin din nakita, nasa men's team ako. And before nga yung year na yun, na nakita kami, year ago, 2 years before that, nagpicture pa kami kasi nag-champion ako sa men's, nag-champion siya sa women's.
Mhm.
Sabi ko, coach, kailangan na natin mag-picture dalawa na magkasama tayo dati. Ako sa men's, ikaw sa women's. Nag-picture pa kami noon. And alam ko, nagkuha pa ng picture noon si, if I'm not mistaken, si Paneng Mercado pa yata kasi player namin siya before during that time So, I'm really happy to see him on the other side. And I'm really feel humbled. I'm really feel honored na makalaban ng isang Coach Ramil sa court.
Okay, Ian. Okay na ako.
Okay. So, anyway, Coach, my next question naman is about sa experience mo, sa stint mo on the PVL. But
Wow.
before I throw that question, we'll be having a short break muna and we'll be right back.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kaming natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May, nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
Yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
With these cell sites, it affords us better cooperation and communication with the outside world. Because it is vital for FU and RMF to have this. We are now dependent on this cellular signal, and it has helped us a lot. Connectivity is not a problem because we allowed these cell sites to prevail and to be on our roof deck and our helipad. Hindi tayo mawalan ng signal sa lahat ng rooms namin dahil may cell site tayo sa taas. It's one of our major advantages. I think that's the greatest decision that I was a part of, because if not, we would probably be in a worse case right now. I'm thankful that we allowed these cell sites to be installed. I'd like to think and hope that all hospitals have that. We have not had any case of cancer regarding cell sites. As a matter of fact, we employ many cell sites and many boosters inside the hospital. For us, it has saved lives. I think with this new normal, we have realized that we are more dependent on this technology. Cell sites, if not connectivity, are a must.
Okay, and we're back at the show. Kasama natin ngayon si Coach Oliver Almadro of Ateneo Women's Volleyball Team. And as I was saying earlier, no, Coach, you also coached Ateneo and led it sa PVL naman. So, ano yung difference, no? Ano yung difference when it comes to competing in the semi-pro level as compared sa collegiate level?
Well, sobrang iba yon kasi during that time nung na-decide namin na sumali doon sa pro level ng collegiate namin, I was thinking na isip ko magpapabugbog kami. I mean, dito sa sali ako, baka nagpaalam pa kami, I'm not sure kung papayagan kami. Kasi we asked na baka pwede doon kami sumali sa semi-pro para kasi first time ko as coach sa women's, ayoko muna makalaban yung mga kalaban ko sa UAAP or something. So sabi ko baka pa pwedeng Doon ako, sabi nila, oy, pro yun, malalakas yun. Baka mabugbog ka lang. So yun ang point. I really have na ma-push yung mga players ko to their limits. So iba kumbaga yung mga nandun, alam na nila yung gagawin nila, ins and outs of volleyball, yung experience nandun. And I guess it helped us to gain our confidence, to gain our courage, yung tapang namin in facing any opponent during that year. That was 2018, yung PVL na yon. And siguro yung sinabi ko lang sa mga players no, nothing to lose. Manalo matalo, what important is we give our best. We have to be better than our best every game, every day during that PVL stint. Yun, alam ko marami kami 5 sets nun puro 5 sets So, yun namin. Yung sa PVL.
But coach, in-expect mo ba na you will be able to to face to enter the finals? Natalo, na-sweep nyo pa yung Creamline. Well, heavy line up yung meron sila and you were able to beat them.
Well, yung time na natalo namin ng Creamline noon. Siguro adrenaline yun. It's 5 sets yun 5 sets. And umabot na ng 5 sets. Siguro it's a break na rin yun. But I cannot count out naman yung hard work ng mga players ko. Kasi yung time na yun, timing yun paakyat yung momentum ng team. Kasi marami na kami nakalaban din. Nauna kami doon sa mga nag-second place, nag-third place nung PVL. So, nabugbog na kami. So, going to the Creamline game, na we beat Creamline, I think na-push na yung mga players to their limits. And then, hanggang sa, yun nga, sinuwerte kami, nanalo against Creamline, Ateneo. And malaking confidence booster yon sa team.
Talagang matindi rin yung mga nakaharap nyo during that time. Kasi Coach Tai yung nagli-lead nun and Eliza Valdez nandun.
Yes.
Gia. So.
Yes. And yung PVL noon, if I'm not mistaken, we are 10 teams during that time And walang pahinga yung Ateneo during that time kasi we requested for a game every weekend lang because of classes. So we play back-to-back games, Saturday, Sunday. Every Saturday, Sunday. So the week training tapos Saturday, Sunday games. So doon kami nabugbog talaga, nahasa talaga kami. But siguro hindi siya ganoon ka-advisable because mabubugbog talaga yung katawan mo. But we managed to cope up with the stress, cope up with the intensity of training, and of course the academics of my players.
Kasi nag-champion kayo.
Well, yung sa UAP, yung PVL umabot kami sa finals. Well, it's a blessing na umabot kami sa finals. Well, Creamline pa rin yung champion, but magandang experience for Ateneo Lady Eagles.
Anyway, Bea, do you have a question?
Coach, let's go back to Ateneo. When yung first year of coaching mo, nag-champion agad kayo. Pero how did you do it po, Coach?
Anong sikreto?
Well, I guess there's no secret. What important is sa akin, we really relied on our 3 words mantra, the faith, the trust, and the courage. Yan lagi namin sinasabi. And of course, yung discipline and determination ng team. First, yung faith, what times of faith? Dahil hindi naman namin alam kung saan kami pupunta During that time, kaka-graduate lang ni bigla na wala si Jo Maraginot noon. Wala libero. Parang sa amin wala kaming go-to guy during that time. Tapos si Bea noon hindi pa sure kung babalik. And I really have to maximize in what I have. We really have to find a way and make a way in what we have. Sabi namin sa kanila, kulang sa athletes, sa players ko, we just got to have faith na kahit wala pa, we just really have to believe na maabot namin. So, yung mga players ko, yun lang, sabi ko lang sa kanila, trust each other and parang sabi ko nga, We have to do it a Spartan way. We have to rely on each other. We have to trust each other. We have to play as one. So, hirap kami noon kasi wala kaming, ang hirap no una, wala kaming legit libero, and then si Bea nun kakabalik pa lang, si Kat new position, outside hitters namin, bago sa position si Joanna Maragino, si Jay, si Ponggay at saka si Jules, bago sila sa position. So, ano namin, we just have to maximize kung anong meron kami, and naniwala naman sila doon sa sistema kasi bago yung system, bago lahat, yung mga positions nila bago din. Siguro yung eagerness na lang din nila manalo, enthusiasm, and then yung factor na they trust the system right away. And ang sarap kasi pag may leader ka sa loob like Bea, Madi, Kat, tapos samahan mo pa ng setter na matapang, mababait na player, so sigurado talaga na na ma-achieve mo yung gusto nila ma-achieve.
Bea?
Bea?
Yan siya.
Ako,
Tanong ka pa,
nag-freeze na
Bea?
naman siya.
May tanong
Go,
ka ba, Bea?
go ikaw na, DJ.
Coach, medyo pabigatin natin yung usapan. Coach, are we expecting Joe Maragino at Dino Wong and Kat Tolentino back sa roster ng Ateneo sa ngayong season 83?
Well, I really have to taper my expectation. It's because 2 years ago when I convinced Bea to come back, wala na expectation yun eh. But siguro, na-realize ni Bea na hindi niya pwede iwanan yung mga kapatid niya, mga sisters niya, and hanggat need pa siya ng team, she will serve Ateneo and she will help the team. And after that, naging successful of yung sacrifice niya, yung decision niya, sila nila Maddie and si Kim. And then last year, ganun din, si Kat din, I imagine my expectation, I really prayed hard para bumalik si Kat. And she did, went back. Tapos, together pa, na-convince pa namin si Jamie Usurud ko na-convince. And then si Joanna Maragino at na-convince namin na to play her last year kasi may natitira pa siya. Yun nga lang talaga unfortunate what happened. The pandemic, the COVID-19. And then now, ibang sitwasyon eh. Unlike last year. Last year, decision lang nilang tumigil. But this year, it's not their decision para huminto. Kumbaga, all of us are hold. All of us are in time out, in playing and everything. So, yung sa tagal na to, na walang volleyball, walang court, wala kang nakikita, it makes sense na marirealize mo kung ano yung need mo sa future mo, sa career mo. So, siguro, I taper my expectation because, syempre, baka meron na silang ibang plans. But of course, we're really hoping and I'm really praying and I'm really happy if I will see them on the court with their sisters again, with the Lady Eagles again. It will be a very big help for the team. It will be a very big inspiration to the community, to the supporters, na these girls are really what Ateneo is known for, the Magis. So to give without counting the cost and to give it back to the school. But of course, we could only understand them. What's their decision? If ever na mag-decide sila to not to play, not to continue, or to continue. But as of now, I taper my expectations. Siguro we'll decide or we'll cross the bridge when we get there pag nandyan na. Kasi ngayon it's still full of uncertainties UAP.
Yeah.
So, manghirap naman. They will say, yes, we'll play. Tapos wala pa palang UAP. Wala pa rin. So, di ba? So, we just have to cross the bridge and we just really have to pray na makabalik sila.
Hopefully.
Coach, additional ko, what was the challenge for you? Kasi you've been handling superstars from men's volleyball team na Mark Espejo, Rex Intal, si Ish Polvorosa, and then sa women's volleyball naman, si Bea, si Maddie, tapos yan, si Kat Tolentino. What's the challenge and how do you make your players intact and down to earth knowing na they're famous? I mean, their name speaks for themselves.
Uh, well, yeah, it's really hard to coach at sobrang talented players. But it's nice to coach a player that's are enthusiastic and motivated, and that really wants to help. Kumbaga parang sila kasi, na magaling na sila, but they are still eager to learn. They are still motivated to help and to share their talent. And ako, alay ko sinasabi sa kanila, I'm not that the best player that para magturo sa inyo, but I guess what I can tell them is hindi ako hindi ako yung magaling na player way back then. But I'm here just an instrument to convince them that they are good, to convince them that they will learn more and they will be on that level. So with that motivation, they want to continue to be enthusiastic and to reach that level. Kasi in Ateneo, we always teach excellence. Hindi tumitigil yung Ateneo if we don't reach that excellence. But excellence, it's not just being good, being great. Yung greatness just fuels the goodness in them. They're good in itself. Yung greatness na nakikita nila will fuel their goodness for them to be excellent. So, yun na nakita ko sa kanila. They're always motivated, they're always enthusiastic, and eager to learn, and they are so embedded with the culture of Ateneo of Magis, doing more lagi. So kumbaga kahit may na-achieve na sila, I have to do more. May na-achieve na sila, we just have to stop here. We have to help others and we have to reach more. So yun lang, kagaya ng during that time, I talked to a coach of the Canada basketball team. Nung naglayason pa ako sa SBP, yung sa FIBA qualifier ng basketball. I was with Steve Nash and Coach Jake Triano. Silang coach ng And during that time, ang mga players nila noon, si Tristan Thompson, yung si Gilgeous Alexander now of OKC. Yun ang mga players noon. I asked him, Coach, how do you manage to coach this national team that's full of NBA superstars? Ang sabi lang niya, keep their enthusiasm up. So, yun lang natutunan ko. Sabi ko, kailangan lang enthusiastic sila. Kahit sabi mo superstar na sila, they should be more willing to learn more and to help their teammates. So, yan. Like yung sinasabi sa mga players ko. So, yun ang isa sa mga technique para
Coach, 'di ba? You develop from a player into a coach. Ngayon po na nagko-coach kayo, may nakikita po ba kayong player na parang kayang sumunod sa yapak nyo na kahit even as a player na meron siyang leadership to coach in the near future?
Yeah, maraming mga players na willing to teach, na marunong magturo, patient magturo. Lalo sa babae, mahilig magturo yung mga babae. Yes, meron naman. Kahit sa mga men's team ko, meron mga pero tandaan mo not all best players are good coach.
Opo.
Not all good coach are former best players.
Yes po.
And I don't know if everybody will agree to me na ganun talaga. But for me talaga, it's not essential to be the best player to be the best coach. So it really boils down into your leadership, to your enthusiasm in teaching. And tandaan nyo, we're not just coach, we are teacher. Kaya namin mag-teach. And yun ang tinasabi ko sa mga athletes ko. Well, actually, in Ateneo, I started this Ateneo School of Volleyball. It's a volleyball clinic. When I came back to Ateneo, naisip ko yun na mag-put up ng volleyball clinic, but ang teachers namin is mga players. Doon ko nakita yung mga players ko na kung sino talaga yung willing to teach, yung marunong magturo. Kasi for me, part of learning is sharing through sharing. If you share what you know, you will learn also. So, ganoon na nangyari sa mga players ko. So, most of them are really good teachers also.
Coach, can you name a few kung sino yung players na good in teaching? Sabi niyo nga, para.
Men's team or women's team? Both.
Sige po. Both.
During my time in the men's team, when I was with the men's team, yan, si Carl Baisa, yon, willing to magturo yon, maging player ko. Si Ed Ortega, my setter, is really a good, teacher. Si Timmy, naging player ko yan. Ngayon, coach na siya ng men's team. Yan, so may coach na siya ng men's team ngayon. Sa women's team naman, as a men's team, mayroon pa ako isa doon pero nawala siya. Sinabihan ko dati yon, si Carlo Santos na, you can be a good coach. Ngayon, assistant coach siya sa Adamson. Nung player ko pa siya sa Ateneo. And then sa women's team, Gia Morado is a good teacher. But I did not handle him sa hindi ko siya na-handle sa Ateneo, sa Creamline na lang. She can be a good teacher. Danny Ravena, yung matyaga magturo dyan, Danny Ravena, Gia Morado, who else? Ponggay isa matyaga yan, mahilig din magturo yan, si Kim Gikiliana, yan, mga si Bea, okay din si Bea magturo kasi siya, si Bea detailed din kasi siya, detailed din pag nagtuturo. At may time may camp kami na merong mga yung Ateneo Davao high school team pumunta dito for a camp, isa si Bea sa mga nagtuturo. So yan ang mga players na pwede maging teacher o pwede maging coach in the future.
So there's really a bright future ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, yan.
So anyway, next question naman, pero first of all, take muna tayo ng break, Coach, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, sir. How may I help you?
Bakit kailangan ko pang pumunta sa bangko?
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city.
And welcome back to the show. At kasama pa rin natin, Coach O. At yun na nga, my question is, Coach, stepping aside sa Ateneo, sa lahat ba ng mga players na nakatapat mo even before, men's or women's, sino yung player na parang gusto mo sanang ma-handle or ma-coach?
Sa men's team, during my time na na-coach ako ng Ateneo, first isa sa gusto ko ma-handle noon sa time nung nasa Enyo their middle katapat ni Rex well, sige, I'll maalala ko yon in a while. Yon, si Malabunga. Yon. Malabunga, si Francis Saura, yon. Yung mga middle nila, yon, medyo gusto ko sila ma-handle during that time. Kasi alongside with Marquez Peo, sana biruin mo. And to think na sila yung nag-silver medal sa SEA Games. So, 'di ba? Imagine kung noon pa lang magkakasama na sila, ang laking factor talaga. So, 'yun, gusto ko ma-handle during my time nung nakakalaban ko sila. And sino pa ba? Sa men's team, aside from those two, ibang team. Si Mark Alfafara. Yan, and John Vic de Guzman. Yan, gusto ko ma-handle during that time. Kasi UST yun si Mark Alfafara, John Vic de Guzman naman nasa NCAA. So, yan ang mga gusto ko ma-handle during that time. Kasi sila rin yung during na 2015, nung head coach ako ng national team, sila yung gusto kong sumali sa team ko. Unfortunately, hindi sila nakasama during that time. So, imagine kung during that time, 2015, magkakasama na sila together. Tapos ngayon lang sila 2019 na buo. So, yun, nag-silver na sila sa SEA Games. So, well, sa women's naman, Well, hindi ko na-handle si Eliza. Hindi ko sila na-handle. Creamline lang. But ang sarap, di ba? Kung meron kang Eliza in your team, Eliza Valdez, tapos although si Gia naging setter ng Ateneo, hindi ko rin siya na-handle. Yung maganda. But on the other side, siguro ang sarap maging player ko si Abby Maranyo. Ano? Kasi pareho kami intense. Intense siya maglaro. Intense din ako. So, di ba?
Parehong beast mode.
So, di ba? Harap siguro kung naging player ko yun si Abby. Tapos, sino pa ba sa women's team? Isa pa, sa gusto ko ma-handle yan sila, si Isa Molde. Kasi I can see a lot of future in her pa rin kahit nandito na siya, marami pa siya nakita ko na, uy, pwede pa to. Marami pa to. Yan. Sino pa ba sa UAP? Si Ea Laure. Yeah. Yun, malaking factor yun. Malaking bagay, no? Ma-handle yun. Yeah. Ea, si Isa, si Abby, who may chance. Di ba? Yun yung mga players na, na hyper, feeling mo talagang makikinig at talaga magbibit-bit ng team eh. So, yun yung mga yon sila Eliza at sila Gia.
Anyway, Bea and DJ.
Go, Bea.
Coach, speaking itong suspended, canceled season,
yeah.
Tingin mo, how will the Lady Eagles fare this season sana if hindi na pandemic?
Well, actually, nakasulat yan sa mga saan ba yun? Nakasulat yan sa mga take what COVID took from me. I mean, ang yabang naman kung sabihin na, champion kami. No. That COVID-19 took away from us the possible back-to-back championship. I'm not saying kami champion. The possible back-to-back championship. And it's, di ba, parang lahat ng team gusto mag-champion. And of course, pag champion na gusto mag-back-to-back. But COVID-19 took that away from us. Di ba? So, yun yung sa mga parang yung sayang. But, of course, sayang din na hindi napakita nung team ko ay mga rookies ko, kaya nila Faith, Esperos, na yung talaga sila, what are they made of this year? Itong unang-unang taon nila. Kasi itong unang taon, ang daming promising rookies talaga. Talagang last year, kung hindi na-suspend you or na-cancel yung UAP, all teams are really even. Wala kang sabihin na, mas magaling si Lasal, mas magaling si Ateneo, mas magaling si ganyan. Wala. From from kami, Ateneo, and then yung UST intact, and then Lasal, grabe yun, talo kami sa kanila, UP, intact din, Adamson, NU, promising yung NU, yung UE, may mga new recruits, sino ba di ko na-mention, FEU. So, all teams last year, kung natuloy yun, are really, it's really, should be an exciting, could be an exciting UAP. All our teams are pantay-pantay, are fair. Kaya nga yung possible championship nawala, it's because if last year, whoever be the champion last year will really be one of the best. It will be for the books yun kasi talagang pantay-pantay yung team, pantay-pantay yung and then yung level ng volleyball ngayon sa Pilipinas is really going up.
Yeah.
Malalaki na mga players, yung mga coaches, well educated na sa techniques. So, yun ang mga nakakapanghinayang. And of course, syempre, yung mga opportunities na nawala sa mga athletes. And sayang, of course, yung mga nag-50 year, di natin alam kung mga babalik pa sila. Yun ang mga sayang.
Speaking of your sensational rookie, si Faith Nisperos,
Yeah.
paano siya na-convince na lumipat sa Ateneo from NU? Or meron bang struggles sa pag-recruit?
Yeah, meron struggles, of course, because naman the volleyball program is NU, is hindi rin siya basta-basta. The volleyball program is NU, especially there, yung volleyball program is really good also. I was with them, with NU, nung time na struggling pa going up, Then yung men's team ng unang yung men's team ang unang naging successful, and then nag-follow suit yung juniors, and then maybe women's na ito na maayos na. So, ang hirap din ma-convince, it's because maganda na yung volleyball program ng NU eh. But siguro isa sa mga key also, it's because Faith Esperos came from Ateneo na during nung bata siya. Nung elementary year, she's from Davao. She's from Ateneo de Davao. So, nag-gamble sila, family siya, na magpunta ng NU, na na-recruit siya sa high school. And siguro naisip niya talaga na, I really have to go back home. Kumbaga siguro ang bahay niya is Ateneo. Ang bahay niya is with the Lady Eagles. So, and then, yun na lang siguro ang nag-trigger sa kanya na I have to go back to my home. I have to go back to where I came from. So, that is Ateneo. And siguro nakita niya rin na yung sistema ng Ateneo is the magic culture, the strive for excellence every time. Siguro nag-convince sa kanya na I really want to go to Ateneo, but not putting NU at back. NU is a really good volleyball program. It's a good volleyball program. It's a good school. Nanggaling din ako doon. Siguro yun na lang siguro nagtigil kay na I want to achieve what players in Ateneo achieved also. And of course, gusto niya bumalik sa bahay niya, original bahay niya siguro.
David?
So, DJ?
Okay. Coach,
Yeah.
you're sumikat ka not just because of your coaching sa Ateneo and the championship, pero medyo umingay din yung name mo because of that remarkable hugot mo kay Ponggay. Bring us back to that mga hugot mo, Coach. Coach, ano ba yon? It just come naturally, or yung mga hugot nakukuha mo sa mga anak mo, or what?
Well, I think it comes out naturally. It's because ako yung coach na palabiro rin ako sa mga players ko, and I really sa alam mo mga millennials, may linyas pa ba tawag ngayon o Generation Z, ano ba?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. So ang mga bata ngayon, hindi mo siya basta-basta mako-convince by the book. You have to put some metaphors, you have to put some techniques, some styles for them to be enthusiastic. Nafe-feel ko nga, nabobore na sila paminsan-minsan. So we have to crack some metaphors, some jokes, or pakita mo na talaga stricto ka, then biglang you do that. And I always do that sa practice kasi. So during the game, hindi siya bago sa mga players ko when I give some inspirational messages or when I give some biglaang metaphors, hindi siya kanila bago yon. During that time, nung ginawa ko yung yun, hindi ko ibig sabihin na hugot talaga yon. I meant something na about the training, about the na pinagdaanan na, kalimutan na. I mean, it's about that. So, nagkataon lang na yun talaga yung lumabas. And then yung kay Danny rin, ganun din. And yung sa ibang mga games din, hindi siya pinag-isipan na ito kailangan sabihin ko to. No, it's siguro, gift of tongue. I mean, sabi ko, I always pray for wisdom eh. But yun na binibigay na gift of tongue, yun na binibigay na words. And siguro, sa iba may different meaning, pero sa players ko, they understand what's the meaning of that. And nakatulong naman sa kanila. And during that time, down kami sa FEU ng 2 sets noon eh. When I cracked that then nag-trigger sa kanila. So I guess it helped them. And sana may natulungan din ako sa hugot na yon.
Madami, Coach. Nag-viral.
Marami ba? Oo nga eh.
Coach, na lang, mag-top 5 muna tayo.
Okay.
Coach,
Sige.
10 years ka nag-coach sa Lasal. Who's your top 5 Lasallian players?
Nung time na nasa Lasal ako.
Nung time mong na nasa Lasal ka.
Okay. Natala sa Lasal ako when na-handling them. Okay, of course, Manila Santos. Manila Santos, Chisaet. Okay, Chisaet. Maureen Penetrante. Iris Ortega. Pero Iris Patrona na siya eh. Sino pa ba? During that time, nag-stand out sa amin. Well, Thai kasi, si Charmaine Peñano at Desiree Hernandez during that time. Kasi sila, Carissa Gotis was also player, pero nung na-ACL siya kasi, so tumigil siya. So ngayon siya yung assistant coach ni Coach Ramil. Pero during that time, sobrang lakas din ng Carissa Gotis. So tayo yung mga yon. Yung tayo si Desiree Shervin at saka si Carissa. But Ila Santos, Foreign Penetrante, Chi Saet, Iris Ortega, ayun na siya, patrona na siya ngayon. Yun ang mga for me during that time na nasa Lasal ako, yun ang for the books. Alam ko si Ila na nalagay pa yung jersey niya, na-retire pa yung jersey niya.
Coach, nabanggit naman na kanina pero gusto ko lang malaman if you're gonna coach 5 players na hindi kasama sa Lady Eagles, who would that be? Top 5 na gusto mong ma-coach sana.
During that yung ngayon yung
pag ganun ngayong roster.
Well, yun nga, sabi ko si Abby Maranyo, Ea Laure, si Isa Molde, ano pa ba? Si Majoy Baron, sino pang hindi Ateneo players na I really want to coach. Na gusto ko masama sa Rosa, yan, yung dalawa na yon. Ea, Isa, Molde, pa ba? Well, wait. Pa ba? Yung mga players na nakatakot pero sarap maging player. Well, yes. Siguro si Rodina kasi all around beach volleyball tapos indoor.
Coach, ito natandaan ko na yung question ko kanina.
Yeah.
You're known with your strong faith and yung mga motivational. Is there a season po na parang nagkaroon ka ng calling from God na alam mo po na this season will be mine? Parang this season will be yours. Own it, parang ganun po.
Last year yung
20. During your playing during your career as a coach, is there a season po na parang God talk to you na this season will be yours, so own it na? Ganun.
God talk to me talaga. Hirap Well, you cannot say na a season will be yours already, but you got to have to put the faith. I mean, even if it's not there yet, you just have to believe that it will be yours. So, yun ang technique, yun ang pinanghahawakan namin. Kung mapasa'yo, well, it's really because of your hard work. It's because of your trust to each other and the courage to face all the trials and the difficulties. If it's not, maybe the next year. But we really put faith. Faith means the hope that it will be sa'yo, no matter what. Kumbaga, we believe that it will be ours. Every year, we believe that it will be ours. That's a technique. Hindi pa pwedeng, hindi pa natin taon to. No. So, you just have to put the faith, believe that this year will be yours, no matter what. And that's the mindset. So, mahirap sabihin na, kinausap ako ni God, sa atin to. Mahirap yon. Walang But, put the faith, and after that, putting the faith, put the works and patience.
Coach, nabanggit mo na gusto mong ma-handle si Abby Maranyo. Coach, ang tanong, are you open of coaching in the PSL?
PSL? Yes, wala namang hindi naman siya close book. Before, may mga nag-offers na rin na PSL teams to coach their team. But it's the timing. Timing kasi during this time, I handled the after the championship, and then Rebisco is the main supporter or main tumutulong sa Ateneo volleyball program, and then they put up a new team. So it's timing na ako yung available, ako yung walang hinahandle na women's club team. So doon ako napunta. But siguro kung wala yung offer na gano'n na right away after the championship, merong team na nagbuo. Kung wala yun siguro, well, I guess, most likely, yung mga na may nag-offer sa PSL, most likely, baka okay din. Kasi, it's not about the league. It's about how you how the team wants you to help them, how the club wants me to help them. So yun ang pinaka-importante.
Coach,
Yeah, it's
pwede mo ba pangalanan kung ano yun? Kung ano yung
Ay. Ano yun?
Anong kulay na lang? Anong
Kulay
kulay?
na lang.
Ang daming kulay, iba-iba kulay. Joke.
Coach, sige po, para mag-wrap up tayo. Coach, what would be your hugot advice sa mga fans po natin during this pandemic po?
Well, bagay na bagay nga ito hugot natin na na pag iniwanan ka na, wag mo nang balikan. Pag iniwanan tayo ng COVID, wag na natin balikan. Kumbaga, di ba? So anyway, well, hugot. Well, I cannot think of any hugot for this time for the pandemic, for this kind of siguro yun na lang, lagay na sinabi ko kay Danny, walang Pinoy na duwag. Kumbaga, wala sa atin. We are a resilient citizen. Kumbaga, tayo mga Filipino, resilient tayo. So, walang duwag. Kumbaga, haharapin natin 'yan kung anong adversities meron tayo. Well, bagay pa rin kapag iniwanan na natin, huwag natin balikan yung mga old habits natin, huwag natin balikan. Kung dati hindi tayo naghuhugas sa kamay, lagi mahugas na tayo ng kamay ngayon. Kung dati medyo hindi tayo masyadong safe sa mga ginagawa natin, we have to be safe now. Ang hirap there's a lot of uncertainties, anxieties in this kind of situation. And ako, me myself, I cannot joke about it. And I'm really praying a lot na matapos ito and for us to cope with the new normal. Hindi pa pwedeng sabihin sana bumalik sa normal No, it will not be that normal like before. It will be a new normal and we have to cope with it. Yun ang aking pinagdadasal. Yun lang. Hirap pag-isip ng hugot ngayon.
Okay lang, Coach. Go, Ian.
So I guess that's all the time that we have right now. So Coach, maraming salamat po for
Thank you, Coach.
for gracing our show. We know na sobrang busy mo yet you still gave time for us. Maraming salamat, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you very much also for having me. And I'm really hoping na makita-kita ulit tayo in person sa games, sa arenas. And I'm really praying for it. And we are all really praying for that. Kailangan na natin bumalik sa sports. Kailangan natin bumalik sa games. Kailangan na mababalik yung enthusiasm and yung passion ng crowd. Nakakamiss.
That's true. Opo, totoo. So, we're really hoping for the best and sana makita na ulit namin ng men's team ng Ateneo to play on the court and
yes,
makita namin mag-coach ulit.
Thank you. Hopefully, we have to pray for it.
Mm-hmm. And on behalf of the hardworking staff of Daily Tribune now celebrating its 20th anniversary, maraming salamat po guys for watching us. This is Ian Suyu.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary too. And don't forget, our Choco Mucho. Okay?
Ayan, Choco Mucho.
Abangan namin yan, Coach.
Abangan namin yan, Coach.
Abot ko na. Yan.
Yan, maraming salamat ulit, Coach. And always keep safe. Stay healthy, Coach, and your family as well.
You too as well.
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.